All right, so welcome back to the Outdoorsman's Garage YouTube channel. It's a beautiful day out today, and we got some work to do on the Chevy. So I guess let's get going. Yeah, so there is some various things in the paint that need to be fixed, and I need to do that before winter. So let's see. Here's the first one right down here. It's just at the corner of the tailgate. Just needs to be sanded down and resprayed. Now I'm afraid if I sand that, it's going to cause a big old hole in my damn tailgate, but we'll see what happens. Then there's this right here, bottom of the passenger side fender. We're going to have to remove this cover. And of course on this cover there's a place on it that needs to be fixed as well. But yeah, there's a few more. And then there's like this right here on the inside of the passenger door. This side's not terrible. The other side is actually worse than this. But I just don't want rust. Or as the young kids say, patina. We don't need that. Here's an area above the windshield that kind of concerns me, but we're just going to work it as much as we can and get it done the best we can. So hopefully it's not a big ass freaking hole that we're going to have to contend with. But I don't think it is. I don't think it's rusted all the way through because it doesn't leak and it's not wet or anything in there. So that's probably a good thing. And of course there's the bottom of the driver's side door, and this wheel cover, plastic wheel well cover, whatever the thing is, fender flare, has the same mark on this side as it does the other side, so we're going to take care of that. And inside the driver's side door, got all that to fix. That looks pretty damn terrible, but we're just going to fix it and get it over with and get it fixed so that we don't have to worry about it during the wintertime rusting. And here's the biggest area that needs to be fixed right here. We got to take this wheel well fender flare cover thing off. There's hidden surprises. Yeah, it's pretty rusty in there. So we're just gonna sand it down, and we're gonna get some rust primer on it and a layer of paint, just so it doesn't rust. I know that the bedside needs to be replaced, but I just don't want to do that right now. I probably won't do that till the spring. I'm just trying to make this thing last until then. And then we got this right here that my wife did 2 weeks after we bought the truck. Ain't that nice? She jackknifed the trailer and crushed the corner of the bed up here right above the tail light. I'm just lucky that she didn't bust the tail light. But I've got a couple of those airbag things, and we're gonna test those out and see if those things actually work. And because I used to use the football trick, you know, air down a football and stick it in a panel and then blow it back up again and pop out the panel. But I just don't have any right now, and you know, these airbags weren't that expensive, so I went and bought those. So we're gonna figure out if those work. And then lastly, there is a couple of spots up on the roof that I know are up there. I don't know where they're at, and I don't feel like climbing up there right now, but we'll figure it out. You know, I just noticed something. This little plastic clip down here let go. on the bumper. And I guess I have other things that can fix that. As Dalton from Pole Barn Garage says, that's why God made self-tappers. Alright, so I think before we paint the rocker panel area and get rid of those chips and all that stuff, I think we're just going to wipe it down with some super clean, and we're going to go for it. There's really no reason to spray anything with primer or sand it down or any of that kind of stuff. We're just going to wipe it down with some super clean and hit it with some paint. Ready for some spray paint now. All right, one side. Okay, other side, same process. Just wiping it down, and we'll hit it with some paint after that. Doesn't have to look perfect, it just has to be painted. Doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I got the compressor running in the background, and got my favorite little grinder with one of these 120 grit Hercules sanding discs from Harbor Freight, and we're gonna start attacking this rust. Okay, so primer on and starting to dry, and as soon as that's dry, we'll get the paint on. Look at that mess. Holy hell. The whole top of that fender well's ate up pretty good. But, I mean, we're not trying to fix this right away. I'm just trying to make it last until springtime, until I can get a new bedside or a patch panel or something. And yeah, we're just trying to do this real quick and cheap, and you know, get it done before wintertime gets here. Alright, so rust primer's on. I'm not saying that this is going to do anything or if I made anything better or it prevented anything. I'm just trying to make this thing last until spring. So that's all this was for. It had to be done, so I figured I would just take you guys along with me. But anyway, primer's on. Now we gotta wait for it to completely dry so we can put the red paint on it and put that fender flare thing back on there. Alright, so the red paint is on. Is it going to make any difference? I don't know. I hope so. I hope it lasts a little bit longer. At least get me through spring. But that's all it's meant for. It's not meant for it to, you know, stop any rust or any of that kind of shit. It's just to slow it down. And I already know that this bedside is pretty well cooked. But, you know, it's just to make it last a little longer. Alright, so fender flare's back on. Looks pretty good. Looks better than it did. And that's all I really give a shit about. So, you know, that's all that counts. I mean, up here, clear coat's kind of screwed up right there. Starting to peel away. But I'm not worried about it. Eventually, I'm going to take these damn fender flares off of here anyway. And maybe replace them with better ones. But looks pretty good. Not really sure if I'm going to fix this dent right here at the corner of the bed right now, or if I'm going to do that in a separate video and show off those airbags I have to pop this dent out. But I don't know, I'll figure it out. You know what, maybe I'll save that for another video. I almost forgot to show you guys how the corner of the tailgate turned out. Turned out pretty good. It's a little different in color, but it's not a big deal to me. As long as the rust and the holes and all that bullshit is all gone. This I got lucky with. It wasn't a hole all the way through the tailgate. It was kind of like a crack, and it was starting to spread, so it was kind of like the start of a hole. But we caught that just in time, so that's good. Alright, so let's do this passenger side first. It's a little less jacked up than the driver's side. This kind of concerns me right here, though. I don't know what the hell I'm going to find in there, but I guess we'll figure that out. Alright, So this is what we found underneath this fender flare, or whatever the hell they call those things. Yeah, it was a little surface rust under here, but I'm gonna keep on going with the sanding and see how much I can get. You see there between the two bare metal spots, that's Bondo. So I don't know how much work has been done on this fender before, but it's obviously had work done. But anyway, I'm gonna keep working on it and get some of that red oxide primer on it after. All right, there you go. Red oxide primer on. Just gotta wait for it to dry and we'll put the red on. All right, red paint's on. Now we're gonna switch to the other side, I suppose. Okay, so this is the driver's side. Just have this little bit right here, and then this, I don't know where the hell this came from. There was one on the other side too. It was there when I bought the truck, so I don't know, I'll just get rid of it, try to fix it as best I can. But anyway, let's get to it. Alright, so we're all sanded and we're ready for some primer and some paint. This is good enough. Alright, so primer's on and a little bit of paint and then we'll be done. Alright, so the paint's on and I guess we're done for now. So let's close this out. Well, I think that's it for this one. I'm done working. I think what I'm going to do with the spot above the windshield, I'm going to talk to a buddy of mine that has been doing body work since before we graduated high school, and get his opinion on it, and maybe let him fix it. But anyway, it was just something I had to do, and I figured I would just take you guys along with me, and seemed to turn out pretty good. Just little spots here and there, and I got them taken care of, so it's all good. I wanted to do that before it got cold and wet out here, before winter showed up, you know what I mean? But anyway, like I said, that's it for this one. If you guys like these type of videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button, punch the bell in the face for notifications, and share it and leave a comment, do all the things. Okay. All right, guys, take it easy.